Right. So I've always had a love of national hunt jump racing. And a few years back, quite a few years ago actually, there was a time in the middle of winter where all racing was abandoned for days and days on end, which was quite depressing. Um, so just looking around, searching horse-related stuff, and I came across this site called Race Clubs, where you could own your own virtual racehorse, train them, and compete against other players. So from that day, I was hooked on that, and really, real racing kind of went out the window. Well, eventually, race clubs closed down. I moved on to Sport of Kings. I still have some horses. They're just a small stable still going on there. I played this Sport of Kings for quite some time, but eventually I started thinking, what would I do differently if I could build my own horse racing game? And eventually, rather than just thinking about it, I decided to actually build one. And this is the final flight. Now, I'm not a big game development company. This started as an idea that I couldn't get out of my head. I wanted to create a virtual horse racing game where you could actually build a stable, buy horses, train them, race them, and watch them develop over time. And in particular, because of my love for National Hunt jump racing, I wanted to create a jump racing site which didn't exist anywhere and still doesn't. I think, believe it's the only one anywhere. Here you can, as you say, you can buy them, your horses, train them, choose how they're trained, enter them into races, and then see what happens. But the difficult part wasn't just putting a website together. The real work was going to be to work out how the horses themselves would behave. I mean, I had to figure out how fast should a horse be. I had to compare race distances for normal races and try and work it out that way. And then how does stamina work? How is training going to affect the horse? How's different distances and different ground conditions going to affect the race times? How should handicapping work? And how to make sure that the races actually make sense. So let me just log into my stable here. So this is the site that I made. Obviously, it's very, very involved, and I'll delve into bits and pieces as we go along. But basically, I built a huge amount of the game. I didn't want to a game where you just click on a horse, enter in a race, and that's it. I wanted people to think how to manage that horse, train it, work out what distances suit it, understand its strengths and weaknesses, and then decide where to run it. I built a huge amount of the game, but I'm still adding to it and changing things as I learn what works, what doesn't. I'm going to start showing the whole process here, the horses, the races, the development, the things that go wrong, and hopefully some of the things that go right. So that's the final flight. It started because I was playing a Sport of Kings and I thought, I wonder if I could build my own horse racing game. And now I've actually got one. If you'd like to see where I take it from here, stick around.